The first whistle didn't come from a train. It came from an HOA email titled Immediate Compliance Required. By the time I finished reading it, my hands were shaking and not from excitement. I live on a sliver of land most people don't notice. It's narrow, odd, and stitched with steel that predates every beige house around it. Those rails weren't decoration, they were history. And to me, they were a promise. The Meadows HOA saw something else. A problem. They'd been circling my property for months, measuring, photographing, whispering, about safety concerns and visual standards. Then came the fines. One for industrial debris, another for unauthorized infrastructure. Each letter ended the same way. Remove the tracks or face legal action. Here's the thing. HOA Karens hate most paperwork that's older than they are. My deed didn't just list the land. It listed the rails. Protected, recorded, untouchable. I explained that at the board meeting, calmly, politely. They smiled back like people who'd already made up their minds. A week later, I woke up to orange cones and laminated signs stapled to my fence. Temporary community walkway. No machines yet, no asphalt, just the audacity, and a deadline. That's when I stopped arguing and started planning. I called a preservation society 2 counties over. Told them I wanted to host a one-day historical demonstration, open to the public, educational, fully permitted. They asked one question, steam or diesel? I chose steam. Sunday morning, the neighborhood woke to something they never heard before. Not music, not traffic. A deep, living breath metal and fire waking up. The engine arrived slow. Regal, black paint, gleaming like a threat. Curtains snapped open. Phones came out. Someone screamed that it was illegal. Right on cue, the HOA president arrived, red-faced waving bylaws like holy scripture. Then the whistle blew. Not loud enough to hurt, loud enough to command attention. A sound that said, this existed before you. It will exist after. Inspectors came, then police, then city officials. They checked permits, they checked records, they checked the HOA's so-called walkway authorization. The verdict landed quietly, but it crushed them. The tracks stayed. The fines vanished. The cones disappeared before sunset. By dusk, kids were taking photos with the engine, and the HOA board was suddenly very interested in neighborly cooperation. The steam engine left that night. The silence it took with it was permanent. Now, when I walk the rails at sunrise, no one complains. They just watch, carefully.